Assalamu alaikum everyone. Today the topic of our presentation is bucket sort algorithm. Our team members are Muhammad Huzaifa, Sardar Kazim, Umama Seher, Muhammad Khan and Maaz Shah. Kazim and Muhammad will help us understand what this algorithm is about. Umama will explain time complexity and Maaz will explain the algorithm code.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Sardar Kazim Ali and I will be presenting an introduction to the bucket sort algorithm. So, bucket sort algorithm is also known as bin sort algorithm. Bucket sort algorithm is very handy if you can able to logically group the input array to number of buckets uniformly. Once the data is uniformly distributed across each bucket is individually sorted using sorting algorithm. More often it will be insertion sort. Then we will visit each bucket in order, then place each bucket to the input array. The time complexity of the algorithm directly depends on how well the input array is distributed across the buckets. We will see with an example. First, start with creating and distributing the input across the buckets. Use hash function to achieve it. This is very important step in bucket sort. If all the elements are placed in the single bucket, then it will become a normal sorting. In this example, we will know the upper and lower limit of the integers in input array. The lower limit is 0 and the upper limit is 99.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Muhammad and I'll be explaining the algorithm for this bucket sort. Here you see in the effective hash function for this input array is place it in the bucket based on the 10th place index value of the data present in the integer array. So we will create 10 buckets. The bucket starts from 0 and goes to 9. So here the input array contains the integers 56, 34, 89, 45, 23, 65, 33, 12, 9, 48, 72 and 96. Now take the first element 56. Here the 10th place index value is 5. We will calculate it by dividing it by 10. So 56 divided by 10 gives us the value 5. So place it in the bucket 5. 34 divided by 10 gives us the value 3. So we'll put it in bucket 3. After that 89 divided by 10 gives us the value 8. So we will put it in bucket 8. 45 divided by 10 gives us the value 4. So we will put it in bucket 4. 23 divided by 10 gives us the value 2. So we will put it in bucket 2. 65 divided by 10 gives us the value 6, so we will put that in bucket 6. 33 divided by 10 gives us the value 3, so we'll put it in bucket 3. 12 divided by 10 gives us the value 1, so we'll put that in bucket 1. 9 divided by 10 gives us the value 0, so we'll put that in bucket 0. 48 divided by 10 gives us the value 4, so we will put that in bucket 4. 72 divided by 10 gives us the value 7, so that will go into bucket 7. And 96 divided by 10 gives us the value 9. So we'll put it in bucket 9. Now we have evenly distributed the input integer array through 10 buckets. Now we need to use insertion sort to sort each bucket. Here the bucket 0 contains only one element which is already sorted. Bucket 1 contains only one element. Bucket 2 contains only one element. Bucket 3 contains 33 and 34 which is already sorted. And bucket 4 contains 48 and 45. We need to sort that. So it will be like 45 and 48. Bucket 5 contains 56, bucket 6 contains 65, bucket 7 72, 8 contains 89, 9 contains 96. Once all the buckets are sorted, we place each bucket order into an array. So 9 from bucket 0, 12 from bucket 1, 23 from bucket 2, 33 and 34 from bucket 3, 45 and 48 from bucket 4, 56 from bucket 5, 65 from bucket 6, 72 from bucket 7, 89 from bucket 8, 96 from bucket 9. Now we have sorted the input array using bucket sort.
This is me, Umama, and I'll be explaining the time complexity analysis. Bucket sort can be used efficiently only when we are able to uniformly distribute the input across each bucket. When the input contains several keys which are generated by hash function that are close to each other, that is clustering. In that case, all the elements are placed in the same bucket. The worst case scenario occurs when all the elements are placed in the same bucket. The overall performance will then be determined by the algorithm to sort each bucket, which is typically insertion sort, making bucket sort less optimal than the order of n log n compilation. And if the data is uniformly distributed across the bucket, then the time complexity of bucket sort is order of n.
Okay class, this is Maaz and I'm going to explain the code for bucket sort algorithm. First, we will make the hash function which takes the input value and divides it by 10 and returns the integer value. Now we will move to the main bucket sort method which takes an integer array as input and returns the sorted list. Firstly, we will create a list of integers and then we will create buckets, which is the list of integers list. We initialize the buckets list with the value 10 because we know there are 10 buckets, and we will initialize each bucket with an empty array list. Once this is done, we will take values of the input integer array and use the hash function to derive the key and place it in its corresponding bucket based on the key. Now we have created the buckets and distributed the values across the buckets using the hash function. After that, sort each list with insertion sort, as I have used collection.sort and I am sorting each bucket. Once the collection is sorted, add this to the result list. And that's it for today. Thank you.